Hello guys and welcome to the Daily Profit. I'm Christian Österman and this is my beautiful wife Maria Österman.
Hi. So it's Sunday today and we are taking advantage of the really nice weather, which we don't have too much of in Sweden. We're hoping that this spring and this summer is going to bring more so that we will have a great experience in the last month that we are here.
So I hope you can see all these beautiful houses. This is really unique when it comes to Ystad in Sweden. It's not that many cities around Sweden that has these old houses intact. So it's pretty amazing.
And the houses looks really small from the street. When you see the house, they look so small. We're going to show you a really small house further down. They look so small, and the house that we're living in also looks like a tiny house. But they are big. They go way inside, so they're bigger in the depth, and they are kind of tricks your eyes a little bit.
You did see a part of it yesterday, so as you saw, it's pretty big. You didn't see the whole house, you saw parts of it. So today we were thinking about talking the importance of having multiple income sources, and as many people right now can see is that if you look at Sweden and all around the world, I think as well, we're not unique in any kind. Is the situation with the COVID-19 is making a fuss in the whole system that we are used to have. So this means that everybody actually needs to have a second income, at least a second income. We're not sure that that's enough. As we said yesterday, we are the kind of people who wants to have many income sources. Can go down here.
Yeah, when you look at the traditional businesses, a lot of the smaller ones are struggling already, and doesn't look like it's going to be better. A lot of questions that we get is, what do you think about the future? We can't wait to go back to the normal, but it's not going to be what we're used to. Things are going to change and people need to adapt. That is one of the main focus people should have now, is to try to adapt, find new ways, because if you think that you can just go back to where it stopped, it's going to be even more problematic, because then you don't know how to handle the new situation. Financially, things are not going to be a lot better for a long time. This is not just us saying this is basically known with a lot of the financial experts around the world. So we strongly recommend that even if you do have a traditional business, a traditional company, that you try and look for a side incomes, a second incomes that would benefit you in a way where you can have that extra income to support your traditional business as well. Have you seen this?
Yeah, I wanted to show them as well. I was thinking that we can show them up here instead.
With the nice ones.
Yeah. It's pretty old canoe.
This is also really cool.
Yeah. As you can see, the cannons all over the place to protect the city of Ystad. This is the Ystad Harbor cannons. So if you look around here, now you can see them, and this Swedish beautiful flag. So now you can see them, I think. This is the Swedish flag. Now I'm going to show you something that's very unique for the part of Sweden that we are. We even have another flag, like this. Do you see it? That's very unique for the part of where we are. It's called Skåne. So if we go back to where we were before, when we talked about the financial situation, is the big problem COVID-19 or coronavirus? No, that's not the huge part of it that is a problem. Of course it is a problem because people don't realize that it's not just like an ordinary what's the name on it?
It's not like an ordinary influenza or any other disease that we have. It's not like AIDS, like some people are trying to claim, well, you know, AIDS is harvesting more victims than this influenza is, and it's not like traffic accidents, and it's not like people dying for smoking, and it's not people dying of overweight or fatma. It can't be compared to anything that we have experienced before because of how the virus looks. The only thing we can is to wait and see how it all develops, because there are no scientists that can really say this is what it is, this is how it acts, this is how we're going to defeat it and all that. So people really need to be in their precaution mode and think about safety, so that you know that once this has been taken control over, because we always do and we always will, when the danger is over, you know that you come out with the upper hand, safe as you can, of course.
And now I'm gonna put my neck out, because I have been seeing a lot of people actually at this moment is attacking. If you look in the US, they're actually attacking Donald Trump. It says what he's doing, it's immoral and things like that. Why? Why is it immoral that he questioning the WHO? Should you question anything? Yes, you should. You cannot just walk around and believe that everybody around you is wanting to protect you. It's not that easy. And when it comes to Donald Trump, he has done something that none other president has done in the United States. So now you know, I support Donald Trump. really bad. And
I just want to say that, like Christian said, you have to question everything. Don't take anything for granted. Don't just take what someone says that, okay, this is how it is. Always make sure to do your own research. Listen to your inner feeling, to your gut, because that's basically what you have to do. You can't just, because someone says this is the way it is, this is the way it is. Always look for the other side of things. Always question. This is how humankind developed and will continue developing. And if we stop questioning things, we stop being curious, if we stop wanting to grow, that's when humanity and humankind is not going to evolve anymore. So always question.
Yes, and the part is when I brought up Corona, it was actually about the financial situation, but people don't realize that the things that's happening right now are going to put marks on the future, maybe 20, 30 years in front of you.
Swedish train.
Yeah,
Coming up.
here's the train. That's just one of the small trains that goes from here to the next city. So it's
And
like a subway, but about.
All over the city you can see all the different signs, all the marks from this being a historical harbor city, but we also had huge military stations here. So we are actually almost down at the harbor. There's a lot of people outside, and there's a lot of people at the place where we wanted to go and show you the sea. So we're just going to wait for a little while to make sure that it's not crowded, because people in Sweden don't understand the social distancing.
And the funny part
Lots of them don't do that.
and the funny part is right now, because we're walking around with the camera, and everybody that sits in a car or on the train or just passing by us, they look at us as we were aliens or something like that. It's pretty funny, because there are not that many people around in Sweden that are actually vlogging.
Or showing the situation in Sweden. But we can actually walk there and see how much people there outside.
I don't think we should go down there. We just walk down to the harbor. So we're down at the harbor, a part of the harbor right now. As you can see, they're doing some work here as well. It's pretty cool.
We've been walking around here in the harbor, trying to find a place where we can sit, because we follow the regulations of social distancing, but there's no place where we can go. The place is full of people not keeping the distance at all, so it's really hard for us to show you today. The only thing you can see is what we're kind of showing you while we're walking around. So we're going to continue walking, because people are walking around, they're coughing, and they're sitting next to each other. There's no 1 or 2 or 3 meters in between.
If you see the big white boat behind us, that's actually the boat that goes over to Poland.
Also, the ferry to Bornholm goes from this place. It's not in right now. The only ferry that is in is the Poland ferry. And as we understand it, it's only for
Polish citizens.
and transportation.
Let's go down to the train station just to see how many people are out and what they're doing as well. It's actually quite fun to just walk around right now and see how many people that obeying what we are told.
Yeah, so watching people.
Yeah. It's like we saw from the newspaper from Stockholm. There are actually not people and restaurant owners that don't care about if they are allowed to have 50 people in the club or not. So nobody actually cares about the situation, and this is also why the situation is getting worse and worse in Sweden, because our government doesn't tell us.
What is this? We have to investigate this.
Yes. Christian and Maria investigates. The situation is that the government isn't telling everything that happens with the coronavirus, and they don't understand that more or less the whole world except Sweden is in lockdown. So the Swedish citizens don't understand that it actually might be dangerous. So this is what we investigate. Let's look. It's pretty neat.
Yes. There's no explanation about what it is, but it's a traveler, so I'm guessing that it's
Some kind of art or something.
it is some kind of art, but it has to do with the traveling, because she's got suitcases and backpacks and everything.
So I'm trying to make Maria go a little bit faster and me a little bit slower, so you can see us both.
Which is very hard because he's so much bigger than me. You can't really see that now, but
No.
takes twice as I have to take twice as many steps as he does, because he's is twice as long as my steps are.
Don't trust her.
It's true.
She's just as big as I am.
No, it's true.
So this is quite fun, as you see. Now we're at the train station in Ystad. As you can see, it's not that big city. It's a small town. Oh,
And it's summertime. There are a lot of really nice old cars.
yeah, this old Cadillac, I think. Pretty nice.
Do you see that? It's supposed to resemble the Swedish flag over there with the flowers.
Yeah. The problem is it's purple. The Swedish flag is, as we saw before, it's blue with the yellow cross. Here's it's purple with the yellow cross. That's not that Swedish, but
It's a good attempt.
yeah.
It's
Or not.
It's not that easy to find the really blue color with these kind of stuff.
You know, in Sweden it's actually bad to celebrate Sweden and Swedish flag, so it might be because of that they also do it purple and yellow. So we have been walking around actually and trying to
Find a place where there's not so much people.
Yeah, to keep away from other people, because as I said before, people actually don't care. They actually sitting more together now than we have ever seen before in Sweden, so
Yes.
I don't understand the idea with that, but
The only thing we can think of is that the sun is finally out. We don't have that much sun in Sweden, so when we do, people really want to enjoy it. And that's the only reason we can think about or think of, could be the reason that so much people are out and crowded together.
but
Back to what we wanted to talk
yes,
about. Yes.
the importance of having an extra income.
Yes. Okay, so like we said, most people today that has a smaller business has already started to experience, and this is where we want to take up the conversation as well. What we have realized during our times in business, our years in business, which is many years, but what we have realized is that if you don't have several income sources, it's basically really difficult when you encounter a crisis to keep your business flowing. Most people get the panic mode. They starting to make changes in their companies, trying to adapt to what people want, or trying to figure out what people want. Sometimes that's not the problem. Sometimes it's just the situation. This is one of those times where the situation is creating the problem. It's not people, it's not the business, and it's not what you can offer. So we strongly recommend finding several sources of income, and if you think that is difficult, find at least one alternative income source that can provide you with extra income if your business is starting to struggle, so that you can't pay your bills or keep a roof over your head.
It's like, if you see, today it's not that hard actually to get an extra income, say about $500. It's not that hard. Not if you look at the network marketing business. Of course you have to do some work, but it's not that difficult that many people believe. And if you look at 5,000 or $500 in Sweden, it's almost 5,000 Swedish kroner. And that's actually pretty much money. It's half a rent, or it's the food for a month for a family. It all depends what you eat, but you always have to adjust everything you do to the income you get, and that's one of the huge problem actually it looks like people have.
And if you say that, well, $500, that's not a lot of money, it's not going to cover my expenses, I need more, well, then work more, because there are so many options out there. There's so many ways to create differentiate in your income. Sit down, make a budget, figure out how much money do you need every month to just survive. How much money would your company need to survive? Start with that. It's going to feel a lot easier than to say, I need 5,000 euros or $5,000 in income. So if you start with that, it's going to feel a lot easier. Then find something that you enjoy doing as well, something that you have an interest in. Because that's going to make it easier for you to work with it. If you don't enjoy, let's say, plastic kitchenware, you should not go into that kind of business. If you enjoy exercise, then find a business that is involving around that industry. So find something that you enjoy doing and see what kind of company can offer you a second income.
And if you look at network marketing, we know that network marketing can have a really bad reputation. But that's mainly because of the people that work in the industry, or, now I'm gonna say the forbidden word, governments actually trashing the companies and says it's a pyramid scheme, a Ponzi scheme, because the governments don't want you to have money so you can do things.
But network marketing is a totally different show. So you have to keep following us, and we're going to go into the depth of network marketing, direct sales, or affiliate links. You will get a lot of advice on what it is, what it really is, how to look at it, and like Christian says, why it is loved by so many and despised by some, and so totally misunderstood by the majority of people all around the world.
Thanks to media.
Yeah. And not just media, because people don't do their research.
No. That's the major thing that actually happens. That's when it comes to your financial situation as well. Most of the time, things that actually happens to you can be solved with small means. It's just that you have to always adapt and educate yourself. And sometimes maybe the country where you are working isn't the market for you. It's like we can see that the things that we teaching others have huge impact on other people, but not in Sweden. so we have to work outside of Sweden. That's actually, it's much funner as well. So we actually found a street where it's a little more, less people. Not more, less. Less is more.
So again, several sources of income. It's not really our idea. It actually comes from a lot of financial experts like Robert and Kim Kiyosaki, Tony Robbins, Grant Cardone, people that are
Dan Penna.
Dean Graziosi. All these people have so much experience in business, and all of them recommends that you have several sources of income. So again, we are just recommending the same thing a lot of other people are recommending at the moment.
Yeah. We're doing what other people has done before us. The problem is, if we look at school systems and societies where they teach you that you have to have a diploma, have to do one education, and then you're going to be a specialist in that area and stay there for the rest of your life.
That may be good for some people,
Yeah.
but it's not good for everyone. We always need to have different categories in our society. Everyone is needed, but for schools to say that you don't need a financial education
Should we go straight or left?
Let's go left. There's a bigger chance we bump into people at the arena. So of course, we don't say don't get yourself an education, but make sure that you get a financial education as well. And this is your responsibility. It's not someone else's. It's your responsibility to sharpen your skills, to educate yourself in the things that you want to learn, and make sure that you understand what money really is, because it's not what a lot of people think it is.
No. If you will look at the situation that is brought by Corona, they're actually printing more money
should
now.
We sit down and,
Yeah, we can sit down. All right. The government right now and banks are actually printing more money now than ever before. No, thank you. Want to sit in the sun?
This was a really nice and quiet place. This gives us the opportunity to sit down and enjoy the sun.
Sunbathing a little bit.
Yeah.
So just fix this and see that we are just putting down the tripod. As you can see, it's not that good right now. So let's do it like that just right now. It's not the best because otherwise I have to do a lot of things with it.
A lot of adjustments.
So the thing that's actually happening right now is showing you guys actually what's happening around the world, and if you look at the situation, you can actually see quite fast that money is not what you believe it is, and the worth of money is just dropping every day, and that makes situation pretty hard all over the world.
We start every day by listening to financial experts and their take and their interpretation of the situation. We have conversations with mentors who is guiding us and telling us what their recommendation is. And we also do some other stuff in the morning. We have some quiet time, which is very important to us. We take all our nutrient. We take our CBD. We take our nutrient drinks. We take our vitamins. We do our exercises.
You're gonna see more of that as well later on. We can't show you everything now and tell you everything right now, because then we can just do one episode and then we don't have to do anything more with the vlog. So you're gonna be shown a little bit piece by piece.
And just to reassure you that everything that we say is, of course, based on our own opinion and how we see and understand things, but it's not us making things up or making numbers up or making facts up or any other information. It is actually information that we gather because we do a lot of research, and we put them together. So this is our belief of the situation, the financial situation, the situation in Sweden, and also the reason why we made the decision of leaving. We love the sun, we love the warmth.
Oh, yeah.
So it has always been a goal and a dream to live in a place where it is warm, sunny and nice most part of the year, where we can get really good nutritional healthy food,
enjoying life a little bit more than we can do here, because of course if you are an entrepreneur and you work for yourself, you have to put your mind into it and you have to put the hours into it and outwork everybody else to succeed. But you don't have to do that in a country where you don't have everything that you want to have in your life. It doesn't mean that we love Sweden, we love the nature and everything about it, but
yes, we love the country, we love the nature, we love the land that is Sweden. We just want it to be more warm and more sunny and easier for us to have a business, because we're working really hard. We also want, this is also something that is so important to us, we also want safety. Safety for our children to grow up, safety for us as we grow older. We want safety around us because that is one of our passions, is security and safety.
yeah.
We're also gonna give you some intake on that.
I think this is enough for today, and
Because now we want to enjoy the sun.
yes, so
We have a lot of business meeting later tonight as well, so we'll tell you about that tomorrow.
so hit the like and subscribe button and see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.